Hi, Aries. This is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I am here today to do your December 2019 general reading. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because it is a general message. What we are focusing on here today is what past event is affecting your present and your future. So we're going to be focusing on what those past events are, whether there's one or multiple. There seems to be a couple coming out. What did it actually take from you? Like, sometimes these things rob us of certain experiences or, purity. What was the lesson? How is it expanding your heart? And once you release this past, what's your future going to look like? Hey, Paula. Hey, Dewey. Oh, Ireland. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing the love, guys. So, make sure that if you resonate with me, my energy, or these messages, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, drop me a comment, let me know how it resonates with you, and I wish you all the best of luck. So Aries, let's see what's going on, my friends. What past event is influencing your present and your future? Yes, hey Ellie. Let's get a nice clear picture, Spirit. We do have the knighthood coming out. Love life. Oof, seems someone's guarded against love. Huh? I almost get the feeling that, like, okay, and this could be especially towards people who are very drawn to water, bodies of water, river, you find water healing. You might also feel like you've lived a lot of, like you're an old soul, because we have the Atlantis card coming out. So this, if you've ever had any ties to Atlantis or, any curiosity about Atlantis, this could definitely be for you. Hi, Frost. How are you? But I feel like, what's kind of coming out, especially with the male female card, some of you could definitely kind of battle with the balance between the masculine and feminine energies, where you are highly intuitive, but you're also very instinctual. You want security and structure in your life. And if it's outside of those realms, then you kind of don't know what to do with yourself. With the knighthood being here, I feel like, especially in your younger years, there might not have been enough like loving energy, a lot of support. Maybe you didn't get the encouragement that you needed to either be a strong man, but still really be able to let people love you and you show love freely. Or you could be a woman who grew up with a lot of men and was surrounded by very masculine energy, so you never really quite figured out how to not be guarded towards love, right? So this is definitely affecting your love life. Some of you could also have been a warrior of some kind in battles a lot in your past lives. Maybe you feel like you've been on an uphill struggle the majority of your life, and you've had to be very guarded towards people's intentions, like always questioning people's intentions when they're trying to give to you. Maybe it's even like, nah, I got this. I'm used to depending on myself, Aries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this. I don't need your help. And now it's kind of coming to this point of actually allowing people to help you and not feeling like you have to do everything on your own. Or if someone's trying to give to you, that they have ulterior motives, okay? And, I feel that if anyone does tend to give you like presents, gifts, there's always something behind it. You're really questioning a lot of people's motives, intentions, and like how they're choosing to show up in your life. And I feel that no matter what your gender is, it's like you always have your back to somebody. Like, you're scared to let people fully in and see you. Okay. with the Atlantis card. And again, guys, these are general messages. So if none of this is making sense to you right now, then it might not resonate with you later on. So just kind of take the messages however they resonate. But with the Atlantis card too, like these people have like so much knowledge, so much wisdom, and they kind of the way that I'm picking it up is always looking for a solution. There's always got to be a way around something. There's always a way to make things better and expand your knowledge. And um, there's this deep sense of longing when it comes to finding your pod, finding your soul family, finding the people who can communicate with you telepathically or have this sense of mysticism or magic in your life. This is kind of what I'm picking up for there. But let me see. There's definitely another life coming through. Okay. So all right. So on the other side of this, we have the farm, baby, finances, vows, health, spirituality and religion, persecution and inquisition, and unrequited love, scribe or writer. Okay. So this is kind of a longer storyline, but I'll try to get through it as quickly as possible. So a lot of you, especially for those of you who have, I'm kind of getting like this sense of community, living more simply, using the earth to support you, these kind of things. This is going to tend to lean more towards your energy if this is something that you have been interested in. Maybe you like gardening, growing your own vegetables. Maybe you want to live more sufficiently off the land, those kind of things. Maybe this has been a dream of yours, or you're just really drawn to the way that, I'm almost getting, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, they just took it from me. It'll come back. But I feel like, the way that this is kind of coming out, and maybe you even grew up on a farm, or this could be someone, a past life that's coming up for you. But I do sense with the baby from a very early age, your family struggled, right? Maybe it was kind of one of those things where from a very early age, your family was always working, always having a lot of responsibility on their shoulders in order to take care of the household. And, they were always chasing the finances, but didn't really take the time to love and nurture this. And it's still kind of the same energy, but that time to really love and nurture the child within you, right? And you could have had to grow up very early, like having a lot of responsibility from a very young age to help tend to the animals, tend to the garden, tend to the house, have a lot of chores, these kind of things. And your family tend to worry about chores getting done, finances coming in, bills being paid, and not really living life, but constantly stressing. And this affected you from a very early age too. So I feel that, the way that this is kind of leading up, is that this had a strong toll on your family members. I'm picking up especially father figures. I'm kind of getting that some of you might have had a father figure that had a lot of heart issues or lung issues, could have been a smoker or a drinker in order to kind of take the edge off. But I feel that from a very young age, you kind of figured like, I don't really want my children or my life to go about the same way, because I feel that there is more to life than just slaving away and constant worry and having it affect my health. Like, the way that I'm seeing it is the way that you saw your family members constantly pushing, and never just being, kind of like set this tune for you where either you ended up doing the exact same thing or you're trying to move away from that because you don't want it to severely affect your health, whether that be mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. And it kind of made you like start to look to faith more, whether that be spirituality or religion. But it's like maybe they were diehard Christians and they kind of felt that this was the way of things and this is how it does because the good Lord never sleeps, these things. And um I feel like there is kind of a tainted vision on what God really is and what God means as well. Okay. So I feel that the reason maybe your family was much more religious and you kind of had this uh, deeper aspect of what spirituality is and being in tune with the earth and the magic around us, but you were always scared to kind of voice your opinion on these things because you didn't feel like you had to live in fear, that you could be in love and just spread that joy wherever you were. I feel like most of you did have a very joyful personality that was taken from you. And with persecution and inquisition, I feel like you were constantly judged for your beliefs, or you were scared that you couldn't be honest about what you were experiencing as a child because no one really believed you. So some of you might even be, writers and like to journal these kind of things about your experiences of what unrequited love did for you. Like, always putting in more than you received and chasing people for that love that you needed in order to feel like you could survive in this life, because without love, is there really a point in being here? So I feel like this is a really deep part of your inner knowledge. And if you feel like you have a lot of built up emotions about your past or your parents or your family, those kind of things, I feel that if you're not writing, writing would be a great outlet for you. So, okay. So those are the past influences and events. Okay. So what did this take from you, Aries? Your power. It took your power. You gave your power away, either due to not speaking your truth, not trusting your spirituality and your understanding of God and love. It could also have been you felt that you needed to be guarded because too many people took advantage of your power and your authenticity. And so now you feel like you have to be guarded towards others. Um, some of you feel like you lose power when you're in deep love because there's other people involved and you can't make everyone happy. And so you're constantly trying to make sure that other people receive the love that you didn't. Okay. And especially if you were a young child, like you didn't have the strength, you didn't have the words, the vocabulary to speak up for yourself. You could, and that's probably why you end up becoming a writer of some sort, or like writing poems, music, journaling, writing a book, these kind of things. It was a great outlet for you, but um I'm also hearing, and this isn't going to be for everyone, but some of you are prophets. Okay. And this is why you felt really out of sort with the way that you were growing up, because the way that the religion was expressed as you were growing up didn't quite make sense with the information that you were receiving from God. Does that make sense? Um, but it was a struggle for you. And no matter how strong or resilient you are, it would always seem to be a struggle to hold up your end of the bargain, to hold your light bright, to really stand up to those that are trying to pull you down or make you believe certain things that weren't in alignment with your soul. And I feel like this is especially for those who have this imbalance with the feminine and masculine energies. This is really one of those things where you, no matter how hard it was, you always found a way within yourself to hold that power higher than yourself, right? Like, as God is my witness, I am here to spread truth. I am here to spread the information of God, especially you prophets, okay? The ones that can connect to spirit and download information straight from source. You know who you are, okay? It's time for you to remember this, because with God's will, you will always succeed, right? It's not that he can, it's that he will, and he will always provide for you. So if you need information, if you need release, if you need love, let them love on you. This is the duality, right? God is not just a man or a woman, it is both. It is the creator, the alpha, the omega. It is bliss, right? It's trusting your instincts and knowing which energy to fall into in order to, what energy is going to best support the environment that you're in at the time, okay? So what else did it take from you? Success. So some of you could definitely have a hard time feeling successful. What is abundance? What is it? Financial, monetary needs? Is it having a good job? Is it a career? Is it having a family? All these things. So a lot of these things have severely affected, whatever happened in your past is severely affecting the success and the alignment for your future. So if any of these situations resonate, even if it's just a few parts, whatever strikes something within your soul, trust that information, release it so that you can bring all this abundance into your life and you can take your rightful power back. Okay? So what was the lesson in all of this? Okay. What's the lesson for Aries with these past events? To see the truth. Okay. You are connected. You have the wisdom, the sight to see through the illusions, through the darkness, and you have to hold your truth. Your truth. This is your power. This is where your power resides, within your truth. No one else's. You can, it's not that you can, but you should only accept what feels right with your soul. And it's seeing beyond the illusions of what spirituality and religion and all these conditionings and everything your present and future. See the life that you want to live and start taking the necessary actions to align with your truth and what you want to see for your future. And allow it to unfold. Okay, but you have to take the necessary steps and actions in order to align with that vibration. So how is this expanding your heart, Aries? Okay. All right, we have 2. Oh my gosh, Lilith. Okay. So I don't know if everyone knows the story about Lilith, but Lilith was actually Adam's first wife, first female counterpart. And, a lot of people see her as the darker side, but the reason why she is portrayed as darkness in the Bible is because she wasn't going to bow down to anyone, not even Adam. Okay. She wanted to move to the beat of her own drum. She wanted to make her own decisions. She was no one's servant. Okay? I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Okay? Make the choice. That is what I was just saying. And Pope Joan, the pontiff of possibilities, the possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Wow. All right. So let's see what these beautiful ladies have to say to you. We're going to start with Pope Joan 40. Okay. We can so easily get caught beneath the glass ceiling of what we think is possible, but the truth is that everything is possible. It's hard for us to imagine just how much the divine wants for our lives, much more than we could ever hope. Pope Joan reminds us that even if we think that what we want isn't possible, it is, or even better. There is something our soul wants for us that will give us more than we can think to ask for. Pope Joan is a sign to trust in what you believe about yourself. Trust what's within you. Don't rely on what you see around you. Have faith. Know that the circumstances you are currently in are transformed from within. Begin to believe in a vision of your life. Cultivate the capacity to see it, to really imagine it with all of your senses, and you will live into the day when it exists as the reality that now surrounds you. Pope Joan's right hand is held in the papal blessing, a Christian mudra of benediction. The two fingers at that point downward represents Christ's dual nature as both fully human and fully divine. The human ego is limited and lives beneath a glass ceiling. Joan demonstrates to us that for the soul, the glass ceiling doesn't even exist. Trust in what the soul knows is possible for you. This is what Joan's wry smile reminds us. Mm-hmm. All right. And then Miss Lilith, 142. Okay. And Miss Lilith asks, what would happen if you left everything behind? She wonders what prevents you from getting to experience all that you desire. Is it you? Is it an idea of someone you have to be? Is it society's definition of what it means to be a woman or man? Lilith asks the question that sometimes never fully reach the light of consciousness. Lilith is unclaimed. She is the ruler of her body and soul, and she reminds us that we are too. And not only that, we have a sacred obligation to be the body's fierce protector. If I were entirely equal to everyone else, to every man and every angel like Samuel, what would I choose for my life? If I see myself as worst woman ever created by the divine, what more would I ask for? Am I living the life I desire? Am I actually fulfilled sexually in my current relationship? Are there aspects of my sexuality I haven't been able to face and voice? Lilith refused to settle. She answered all these questions within her and took action on the truth she uncovered. Lilith demanded that she meet with what she really desired, and she's here to demand that we all do the same. Wow. Wow, guys. I couldn't make this shit up if I wanted to. All right. Let's see. Once Aries releases all this bullshit, right? All the stuff that is keeping you from living your most authentic and beautiful life. When you face your fears and release the storyline that is painful from your past, what's going to happen for you? How is your future going to unfold? Eight of Swords. You remove yourself from the mental prison that you can or cannot be anything. You are free. You remove yourself from the bondage. You cut the cord so that you can see clearly and move forward with the tides and flowing naturally with life. Finding your independence, tending to your own garden, seeing the fruitfulness and the bounty everywhere you look. Choosing to see life for what it truly is through the divine's eyes. They said, look at the bottom, death, transformation. A new day dawns for my beautiful Aries. It is the death of your false ego. Removing that glass ceiling and realizing that you are a limitless being. What is coming out? All right. So we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So, okay, I'm getting very much of a Lilith energy here, even though it's the masculine form, but it's talking about, realizing that all these battles that you went through are leading you to this point of taking your rightful place, having authority, taking the passion that is flowing to you and through you to build the world that you desire. Cutting the cords with anything that is not in alignment with your heart and seeing the transformation, speaking clearly, finding the balance between the masculine and the feminine, okay? Looking forward towards your future with high hopes and disregard for your past because you're no longer living there. Setting your sights high and allowing your soul to soar. Knowing that this battle is done. On to the next phase, on to the next chapter. Because you need to be able to see clearly the people who do not serve the storyline that you are trying to create. Don't get trapped up in the snare of life and darkness because you're too busy looking over your shoulder. Like, oh, what's going on in the past? Let me focus on that pain. Let me focus on that trauma because that doesn't exist anymore. It is simply a part of your storyline that is up to you to leave behind you. If you want faith, choose faith. If you want love, choose love. If you want abundance, choose abundance. Give and receive freely. Be selfless with self and with this world. And choose to align with the things that bring joy to your heart. A higher level of commitment to your belief systems, to your knowledge of this universe, and unlocking the door to your fate and your destiny. Because all of this information, all of this beautiful love and light and this power resides within you, Aries. It is up to you to open that door. Is there anything else you want to say to Aries? Oh, wow. All right. So Page of Wands, the Chariot, and the Page of Swords. So listen, some of you are going to be taking a new direction in life. Some of you may have to leave certain people behind that doesn't quite feel so good because they've been a part of your storyline for so damn long that you're not even sure how you're going to make it without them. But you will, and you will succeed. And some of this might not be forever. It might just be a phase. It might be a time, but you have to choose your own direction and choose your own destiny and speak your truth. When you speak your truth, new people will come. When you live in your truth, your tribe, your soul tribe will align with you. And you will be able to express yourself more freely. You will be able to say what you're feeling When someone tries to tread on you, you can say, this doesn't feel good. I don't have to accept this as my truth. And then you will align with people who see you, the true you. They can feel your energy, your worthiness, your potential, and they will help build you up and support you along this journey. But it's up to you to find the balance, trusting your heart and allowing it to guide you where you need to go. Because you're the motherfucking empress. You are all the queens wrapped up in one that says, I am the true divine. I create my new beginnings, Aries, by going within, facing my shadow, shining my light, and allowing my love to guide the way. Because the divine loves me. I am the divine. I hold the power. It is up to me. I choose freely. Wow, dude. So, Aries, how about them apples? All right, so that is all I have for you today, Aries. This seems like it's going to be a big month for you, but get it done before 2020 hits so that you can express and live in the divine's glory for all the rest of your days. So, I hope these messages resonate with you. If you feel compelled to do so, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know how it resonates with you. And if anyone would like a personal reading, you can email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. Just to let everyone know, I am moving December 2nd. So I will be taking the first week of December off in order to get settled. And I will try to keep y'all updated as much as possible in the process. And I can't stay away from y'all too long. I love you so much. I wish you the best of luck. And if you need me, I'm always here for you. All of my information is down below. If you need any extra information or if you have any questions, you can always reach out. So love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.